For SunSentinel.com, this is Ira Winderman with your latest Ask Ira Miami Heat mailbag. Our first question today comes from Jack in Fort Myers, who says, in contrast to the Heat's crowded backcourt, it seems particularly thin at center. You have Hassan Whiteside, but there's only Willie Reed behind him as a true center. Chris Bosh is an unknown, and Justice Winslow is undersized. So what are the chances of a trade? Perhaps adding someone like Nikola Vucevic. With Serge Ibaka and Bismack Biyombo in Orlando, could he be available? And since Orlando traded away Victor Oladipo, could they use one of the Heat's shooting guards? Jack, the thought here is that you don't really need more than one center in today's NBA, especially when most teams will go undersized after their starting center comes out. Of course, you have Udonis Haslem still there. You could wind up playing Josh McRoberts. But when you look at Vucevic, keep in mind, he earns $11.8 million this coming season with 2 more to follow. I doubt a team that wouldn't go or didn't want to go to a third year with Dwayne Wade would go that deep with any player at this stage. Now, if you can consider down the road the possibility, perhaps when the Heat get more contract flexibility on December 15th, perhaps Tyler Johnson and one of the Heat newcomers might work with Vucevic if you believe that Vucevic can work alongside Hassan Whiteside. Our second question comes from Matt, who says, with so many players on 1- and 2-year contracts with team options, how do you keep this assortment from playing for a larger payday instead of playing within the team concept? At least before, you had David Fizdale as an assistant coach, and you also had veterans like Dwayne Wade and Luol Deng to provide leadership. Matt, it's an interesting point. Of course, Haslem is in place as a captain, but you also have Erik Spoelstra, who has Dan Craig and Juwan Howard as an assistant coaches in place, so there will be enough people to hopefully keep the players in line. But I do think it'll be a challenge for Erik Spoelstra this year, and I'd be surprised if Erik Spoelstra might not have to add perhaps another team captain, considering that Chris Bosh might not play this season, Dwayne Wade is gone, leaving Haslem as the only returning captain. It'll certainly be a challenging season, no doubt about that. And our third question comes from Bob, who says, is Briante Weber the backup point guard? Bob, simple and to the point, and the simple and to the point answer is, not at the moment. Josh Richardson and Tyler Johnson both likely would get minutes ahead of Briante right now at point guard, and Beno Udrih still could return to serve as the backup point guard. I think Briante put it best when he put on his Twitter account that he's coming back to Miami to work in the offseason to earn a job. And that's the first priority for Briante, to earn a job on the roster before worrying about who's the backup point guard or whether the minutes will come. Those are today's 3 questions. We'll be back tomorrow with 3 more. For SunSentinel.com, I'm Ira Winderman.